Welcome back to JS Candid. Have you ever felt stuck? As if the chains of fear is just dragging you down, and everything that you put your hand to do, you're afraid that you're going to fail? You're definitely not alone. Fear can make us feel stuck and overwhelmed. It can make us feel all alone, as if nobody else can relate to our truth, the anxiety that we have within us. That is definitely a falsehood that your brain is telling yourself. You are definitely not alone, and fear of failure is a thing. So today we're going to break down some signs of anxiety and also go through a few ways that you can combat anxiety so that you can move forward and have a forward-thinking mindset about the goals that you want to achieve. I have been talking about, and I'm making a series about the things that we can do to mitigate some of the issues that we may find ourselves in these next few years. And we have time. Not a lot of time, but we do have time. So I want to make sure that we are not feeling stagnant in our fears and our self-doubt, and push forward even through those fears to make sure that you are exactly where you need to be to have the best life that you can in these next coming years. So let's get started with a few signs that you can look for when it comes to identifying anxiety within yourself. Sign number 1, overthinking. You can do a lot of overthinking, over planning, over plotting when it comes to the things that you want to do. I'm not saying that planning and plotting and, making sure that all your ducks in a row are bad. Definitely do your research, especially if you want to start a business, you're trying to start a new venture. It is good to research those things, but don't let the perfect be the enemy of the done, right? And that was my problem. That's actually why it took me so long to start this YouTube channel, is that I've been thinking about it for years and I couldn't actually get started because I wanted the perfect YouTube channel, the perfect scripts or the perfect thumbnails. I wanted to know exactly what I was going to talk about every time and have it planned out for months. That did not happen. So sometimes you just have to stand 10 toes down, get motivated, and just do it. It may not be perfect, but don't overthink. That leads me to the second one, avoidance. So when you are getting ready to start a new venture, there's always so many things that you try to avoid. Putting off filming for a YouTube channel, for example, or putting off getting the LLC, the things that you need, the equipment that you need, the loan that you need to get started, or smaller scale, just putting off things in your life that you just don't have the capacity to get started doing the thing that you want to do. Take writing a book, for example. Yeah, I'm gonna write that book. 6 months later, yeah, I'm gonna write that book. I'm talking to myself here. Avoiding tasks because they're too overwhelming is definitely a sign of anxiety. So keep that in mind when you are looking forward to doing something and you just haven't gotten started yet. That could be a sign that you're having anxiety about that thing. The third thing, procrastination. When you procrastinate, naturally, you're putting it off. Just like with avoidance, you're putting off more and more and more stuff. It could even be that you have everything planned out. Everything is in your mind perfect. You just haven't gotten started yet. You're procrastinating for maybe fear of failure, fear that you've done all this work and now when you actually do get started with it, you're going to fail at it and that's going to discourage you. But you don't know whether or not you're going to fail unless you actually try it out. Most people, even in their failure, will find something that they can learn from. That, honestly, to me, is worth the risk of failure. And that's something that I've had to grow into. I haven't always been great with failure, but it's something that I've learned from to make my next ventures even more successful. Fourth thing, the physical symptoms of anxiety. You got the sweaty palms, pulsating heartbeats. When you think about that thing, you feel a jolt in your gut. The physical symptoms are definitely real. You suddenly get hot. Suddenly start itching everywhere. It's definitely real, and it's natural to feel those things, but it's something to be aware of so that you don't let those symptoms make you stagnant in the things that you want to do. It's okay to feel those things, but then recognize what they are and move forward. The fifth one that I want to talk about is negative self-talk. You can talk yourself out of success very easily, especially if you don't have a network around you that is talking you up. You can very easily mirror those sentiments from those other people and talk down to yourself. Even without that, let's just say you do have a really good network of people who keep you encouraged. If you are like me and you have imposter syndrome, it's very easy for you to talk yourself out of doing things because you are telling yourself that you are not good enough. This isn't perfect enough to be successful. And it is very important for you to drown out the self-talk. Now let's get into some ways for you to combat those anxieties that you may be feeling and move forward to successful actions. The first one, take a deep breath. Breathe. Everything is going to be okay. Even if you fail, you can still learn from that failure and try again with the same goal in a different way, or you can try a new goal. Sometimes looking at things from a different perspective can really round out your ideas and your actions to pursue a goal. Number 2, break your goals up into smaller goals. So let's just say you want to write a book. Great, let's write a book. The writing of the book is the end goal, so you have to break up that big goal into smaller pieces. So let's just say if you want to write a book, then maybe your first goal can be brainstorming different plots. Your second goal will be different characters and how those characters fit into those plots. The next one will be to create an outline of your book from beginning to end, just free write. After that will be to start to put those ideas in book form on paper. Go chapter by chapter even, and then set little small milestones for each of those little goals. Number 3, challenge those negative thoughts. So the negative thoughts that we were talking about earlier in the video, challenge those thoughts. If you're telling yourself, oh, this isn't going to be good enough, ask yourself, why do I think that? Who knows if it's going to be good enough? Why do I just assume that I'm going to fail? And try to really hone in, really be honest with yourself about why you're thinking that way about yourself and the goals that you have. Sometimes when you're honest with yourself about a challenge that you're having and negative thoughts that may accompany that challenge, you can really have a breakthrough about why you think that you're going to fail. And then you can unlearn those habits of stifling your success before you've even tried to achieve that success. The next one is practice gratitude. Even in our failures, there's something to be thankful for. Be thankful. Be thankful for your failures. Be thankful for your successes. In our successes, we learn a lot, but in our failures, we can learn even more. There are a lot of times where you'll fail, something will click, and you'll realize, you know what? Wow, I wouldn't have actually learned that had I succeeded the first time. Practice gratitude not only for the things that you have already, the things that you've already succeeded in, but it's good to practice gratitude for the things that you fail at as well. Because in turning your failure into something positive, you can always manifest a successful outcome even through your failures. The next step is to just take the step. Take the plunge. Do it! If you have a goal that you want to reach, whatever that goal is, you won't reach it if you don't take the first step. Like I said, even if you fail, there is something to be learned from your failure. Look, this is a brand new YouTube channel. I have no idea if I'm going to succeed or if my YouTube channel will fail. I'm going to keep going no matter what. Because, look, I may even want to look back on some of the advice that I've given because it's easy to say the advice, not so easy to follow it. I may need to advise myself. It is very important to get started. Don't let perfection be the enemy of done, right? Just get it done. Take those steps, make those goals, and then make those goals achievable enough to just get started. So, with all of that in mind, it is important to remember that fear is natural. There is nothing wrong with fear. There's nothing wrong with being scared. Anxiety is a child of fear. When we have anxiety, sometimes it can stifle us, sometimes it can stop us, it can paralyze us, and we go into that fight or flight, and a lot of times we pick flight more than fight. But each time you take a step forward, you are pushing that anxiety away. It is important to take those steps and make those moves and give yourself affirmations. Tell yourself that you can do it. Tell yourself to stop being negative and just get going, because every time you do that, every time you speak to yourself and tell yourself that you can achieve your goals, you're pushing back that anxiety, and you give that anxiety a little less power. And that's really all it is. It's a power struggle between what you want to achieve and the anxiety you have to achieve those goals. So it ends up being a struggle to see which one is going to win. Are your dreams stronger than your anxiety? Or is your anxiety of failing those dreams stronger than the dreams itself? So those are my thoughts on anxiety and using your inner voice to chip away at anxiety, get to your goals, get to where you want to be, and gain confidence in yourself. I hope this video resonated with you. I hope that I was able to help you move forward in whatever direction that you want to move into when it comes to achieving your goals. If I did that and you want to see more content from me, because more videos like this are definitely on the way, please subscribe, hit that like button to help with the algorithm. If you subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you get all notifications for my channel. And let's grow together. Even though the world is going crazy right now, we don't have to stifle our dreams because of fear and anxiety. If you have a question for me, definitely email me at question4js@gmail.com. I will answer in the best way that I can. In the comments, put a fear that you have that you plan to overcome or that you have overcome, and let us know how you did that. And remember, you got this. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!